Hello ladies and gentlemen, Secure204 here bringing you another Minecraft World War II vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we're going ahead and building the Wehrmacht D311 diesel electric locomotive. This design here was for a basically a double locomotive, so you had the A and B units, so the A being in the front and B being in the back, so basically they combined two locomotives together to form kind of a larger one, I guess you can say. The uses of the D311s were intended to bring their assigned railroad guns to their designated positions. They were also used for directing the weapon, so moving it down the tracks and to curves to obviously aim and fire the gun. And these were used especially with the movement of the Gustav and Dora railway guns. At the end of the World War, these trains were adopted into a different series of basically train cars and were used as freight and everything like that. But for the main part of the war, they were mainly used for moving railway guns and everything like that. Probably also maybe some freight here and there. So anyways, the reason why we are building this train is because we have released the tutorial for the Skewer Gustav, which is now officially my largest tutorial ever. So pretty crazy. So this train here is designed to basically pull the Gustav gun, obviously to where it needs to go. Now, the typical formation of these trains is to have, I believe it's basically two sets of two in the front. So you have basically one of these trains followed by another one right behind it to pull, and then there's basically that on both tracks. And I believe there's also two in the rear. I do not know 100% exactly how that works, but I'm pretty sure there's about 6 in total of these locomotives to move the Gustav gun, because the Gustav gun is absolutely massive and requires a lot of force to actually move it, as well as like all the railway cars and ammunition and all that stuff that they would also carry along with the Gustav gun. So anyways, going ahead and taking a look at the train before we go and move into the tutorial for it. It's overall pretty nice in design like that. It's got a weird kind of look to it. Kind of gives me like a trolley type vibe. It does not really feel like a locomotive, especially that something like that would be pulling a huge gun like this. But you know, who knows? I guess it was effective and did what it was meant to do. So it's got 3 windows up here in the front, the bumpers, the hitch up here, headlights, and all that kind of stuff. Moving to the side here, you got your doors and step ladder here to get into the engine compartment, or the driver's compartment there. It had windows all along the side here. I don't know if they actually had just windows straight into the engines, or if this was crew space, or the engine was located back here. Not 100% sure, but anyways, it's got you know, it's hollow inside, so you can go ahead and outfit that how you guys choose. We have all the wheels here, all the different mechanisms and all that kind of stuff. Pretty highly detailed for it, and came out pretty decently. And you can see we just have a completely copied version of the train, just facing the opposite way, and it's connected up right here, basically hitched together and stuff like that, forming the A and B unit to form one locomotive altogether. So anyways, that's pretty much an overview for the D311 locomotive. It's a pretty cool design and can be used for, you know, towing around some freight on your worlds, or, you know, to go in hand with the new Skewer Gustav railway gun. So anyways, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by starting off our first part of the tutorial, which is going to be covering how to lay the tracks down, and then we'll move into the tutorial. Alright, so my track design itself is super simple. It's nothing complicated whatsoever, but I feel like if I don't cover this, somebody will be asking in the comments about the tracks and everything like that. So here we go. Now, for the tracks itself, you're going to want to go ahead and obviously set up your tracks. If you plan on building this thing with the Gustav gun, it's probably best to build the Gustav and then come back and you know, add the train cars on. So that's just a little, you know, tip there if you guys want, but you know, to whatever you guys want to do. If you're just having things separate, whatever, we can make it work. So to go ahead and get started here, for the tracks themselves are very simple. We're just going to place down a spruce wood slab, an anvil facing this direction, 3 spruce wood slabs over, anvil, spruce wood slab. We're going to go and place down the anvil going back from both these anvils on both sides, and we're going to go and repeat the same thing we did for this row. Spruce wood slab, anvil, 3 spruce wood slabs, anvil, spruce wood slab, and again anvil on both sides. And you can see it's just a repeating pattern that's going to go all the way back to your desired length for the tracks itself. So You're just going to take this back, go back pretty much as far as you want with it, and everything like that. Just note with the Gustav gun, as this car is intended to pull, you have the double tracks. So the Gustav tutorial covers how to do these double tracks, so make sure you refer to that if you are building the Gustav gun. Or building the train car with the Gustav. Anyways, let's go ahead and basically set a nice line of track here, and we'll be good to go ahead and move on to the tutorial. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving on to our first layer, we'll be going ahead and starting off with layer 1. Now, I want to quickly kind of explain how to have this thing positioned if you're going to be attaching this to the Gustav gun. So basically, we want this Nerbrick, or basically this Nerbrick half slab here with these two Nerbrick, or these two Wither Skeleton skulls on both sides of it, to basically connect up right here with this one like that. So practically what we want to do is you want to go ahead and basically make sure that we have a space of 1, 2, or basically 2 blocks before we go and start placing down our first initial blocks for this, and I'll cover this in a second here. But basically, to go ahead and get started here, we're going to go and place down a Nerbrick top slab like this, and it's going to be on the tracks kind of on both sides here. And again, both sides like that, Nerbrick top slab. And this right here is going to be a total, if we go and take some placeholder blocks to kind of get an example of this, this is going to be a total of 1 and 2 blocks away from the Nerbrick slab here for this Gustav gun. So for example, right here, and then your Nerbrick slabs are going to be out to the sides here on both sides, like so. And it doesn't matter exactly, this is going to be obviously the front of the train, as I should probably also mention as well, which will link up. So the backs of the trains are not meant to link up to cars, but they're meant to link up at the front tongues right here, as you can see, or the hitches, and they'll connect up right there. So whichever way you have this train end up facing, we're starting at basically the front end here. You'll just have this thing facing this and connecting up like so. Anyways, going ahead and continuing on, we then want to go and take our Nerbrick top slabs. We're going to go and place down 1 back from the Nerbrick top slabs here, followed by a second one out like this, 1 and 2 out to the side again like so, followed by a Wither Skeleton skull on both sides. After that's done there, we're going to go ahead and basically take an end rod, go back from the Wither Skeleton skull on both sides with 1 end rod. We then want to go ahead and skip a space from this Nerbrick top slab here over the tracks, and we're going to place down 2 Nerbrick stairs back to back upside down for the first wheel. Same thing right over here, just like that. After that's done there, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a stone brick slab. We're going to place down a stone brick top slab coming off this first upside down stair with a Wither Skeleton skull coming off the side of that slab. We're going to do the same thing over here on this side, like so. We then want to go ahead and go to the second Nerbrick stair here. We're going to place down a row of 3 of stone top slabs all the way across, like that, to form the axle for the wheels. So after this section right here, we're going to go ahead and take a nether brick top slab, and we're going to go ahead and place down a nether brick top slab coming off this nether brick stair here at about an angle, kind of out to the side like this, with a end rod that is going to go basically in between this stone brick top slab, and also this end rod here in between the Wither Skeleton skulls. We're actually going to move, and we're actually going to place this in between the nether brick top slab and stone brick top slab. Going back here to this section, off this stone brick top slab, we're going to place down a end rod on both sides, followed by a nether brick top slab coming off the end rod. After we have that done coming off the top slab, we're going to place down 1 and 2 end rods back on both sides, 1 and 2 back. We then want to go ahead and skip basically 2 spaces from this nether brick stair here. We're going to place down 2 spaces here, and we're going to go and place down 2 upside down nether brick stairs back to back to start forming up the second wheel, and we're going to do the same thing over here on this side. So again, we're going to have 2 spaces back from these 2 nether brick upside down stairs, and they're going to connect up like this and like so, and then we can just go and delete those placeholder blocks so we get something that looks like this. We're then going to place down a stone brick top slab coming off the second nether brick upside down stair, and in between the second nether brick stairs, we're going to place down a row of 3 of stone top slabs. After that's all done there, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some iron trapdoors. We're going to place down a row of 1 and 2 iron trapdoors coming off the nether brick upside down stairs. Alongside the iron trapdoors, we're going to place down a row of 2 of end rods coming off the 2 stone brick top slabs, again on both sides. After that's done there, we're going to go ahead and take our nether brick stairs. We're going to place down another set of 2 of upside down nether brick stairs. So just like this. This is going to form up the third wheel of the train. We then want to take our stone slabs, go to the first stair right here, place down a row of 3 in between of stone slabs, followed by a stone brick top slab on both sides coming off that nether brick upside down stair. After we have that done, we're going to go ahead and place down a row of 2 of end rods along the side here. So going back from the stone brick top slab, 1 and 2 end rods. Same thing over here, 1 and 2 end rods like that. On the end of these end rods, we're going to place down a narrow brick top slab on both sides like that. Going ahead and going 1 back and over from these end rod, or from the narrow brick top slabs. We're going to place down 2 narrow brick upside down stairs, or basically 2 back from these stairs right here. We're going to place down 2 narrow brick stairs back to back to create the the fourth wheel, and this will be the last set of wheels on this train. We then want to place down another brick, an end rod coming off the narrow brick top slab on both sides, followed by a stone brick top slab coming off the narrow brick up down stair like that to connect up to the sides there. In between these narrow brick up down stairs, we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, and 3 stone top slabs just like that to go ahead and create the axles there for the fourth, kind of like the fourth set there of wheels. Once that's all done, we're going to take our end rods, go back 1 and 2 with our stone brick top slabs. Same thing over here, 1 and 2 back with stone brick top slabs. After that's all complete, that's going to do it for layer 1. If you're building the engine the same, we're going to go ahead and basically flip this over. So from these end rods here, we're going to have a space of 1, 2, 3, and 4. Basically in between these end rods. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to just want to do the same thing with the end rods, kind of going back like so. And again, there's a space of 4, and you're just going to go and copy what we did right here, except reflect it back over this way. So real quickly, I'll go ahead and build this real quick and kind of show you what it looks like. And once you have the basis, basically the chassis, to say, for the other train car moved over, you should have something that looks pretty much just like this. Again, in between our end rods, we have a space of 4, and in between our wheels here, we should have a space of 8. Just like that. So you may want to double check those counts just to make sure they're correct, but if you went ahead and did that and it's accurate, line up, you're pretty much good to go. Again, you want to have both locomotives connected to each other. That's kind of like the main point with these locomotives. They weren't really separate. Of course, you could do them separate, but they're mainly intended to be together. So just a little heads up on that, but once you have that done, you have layer 1 completely complete and the chassis of both trains set and ready to go. So let's go ahead and move on to our next layer, layer 2. Alright guys, moving on to layer 2. For layer 2, we're going to go ahead and start off by taking nether brick slabs. We're going to place down nether brick slab on top of these top slabs up here near the front of the locomotive, so not there near the back. In between these nether brick slabs, we're going to place down a black wool block on both sides, so it should be on top of that nether brick top slab. Behind this, basically on this, or I should say on the side of this black wool block, we're going to place down a lever, and we're going to have it facing downward. Same thing over here. Place the lever and have it flicked downward so that it's activated. And then in between these levers, we can just place down a nether brick top slab just to kind of fill that space in. Now after that's done, we're going to go ahead and take our pistons here, and we're going to place down a piston coming off these black wool blocks, and they should extend outward like that and look just like that, I guess. Once that is all done there, we're going to go and take our nether brick top slabs. We're going to place down a top slab coming off each one of these pistons, so basically on the sides here going toward the middle. And then we're also going to place down signs coming off those top slabs. In the very middle, in between, we're going to place down a black wool block with the stone brick slab coming off the black wool block. We're also going to place down a nether brick slab coming off the stone brick slab. And we're going to take some wither skeleton skulls and basically wrap down 3 around the nether brick slab, just like that. Once that's all done there, we can go ahead and continue on to the sides here. So for the sides, we are going to go ahead and grab ourselves a stone brick stair. We're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair like this, followed by a row of 1, 2, 3, and 4, and actually 5 of black wool behind the stone brick stair, followed by another upside down stair on the opposite side. We also want to go ahead and grab ourselves some end rods. We're going to place down an end rod on top of this wither skeleton skull on both sides, and basically on top of both of them on both sides. We then want to go ahead and also grab ourselves an anvil, place it down on top of the stone brick top slab on both sides, with a row of 5 of black wool in between the anvils. Going ahead and continuing on, we're going to go ahead and place down another row of 5 of black wool all the way across here, followed by an upside down nether brick stair with its back to the anvil on both sides. Going and continuing on, we're going to place down 2 more rows of 5 of black wool to fill in this space here in the middle. Like that. We're going to go and take our stone brick slabs, place down 1 and 2 stone brick slabs. Same thing over here, 1 and 2 stone brick slabs. We're going to place down another row of 5 of black wool all the way across, followed by another brick upside down stair, facing the opposite direction from this upside down stair here. Same thing over there on that side. Continuing on, we're going to place down another row of 5 of black wool all the way across, a anvil on both sides, a sign on the side here of the anvils. Again, both sides like this. Once that's complete there, we're going to place down another set of rows of 5 here of black wool across, followed by 2 stone brick upside down stairs on the sides here, coming off those anvils. Going ahead and continuing on, we're going to place down another row of 5 here, black wool all the way across, an anvil, a sign on the side of it. Going over here, same thing, anvil, and a sign on the side like so. Continuing on, we're going to place down a row of 5 of black wool all the way across, followed by an upside down nether brick stair with its back to the anvil. Same thing over here on this side, where they're going to place down 2 rows of 5 of black wool again across the middle, followed by 2 stone brick slabs on both sides. We then want to place down another row of 5 of black wool across. We're going to place down another upside down nether brick stair, both sides like this, and it should be facing that direction like so. We're then going to place down another row of 5 of black wool across the middle here, like this, followed by an anvil on both sides, and a sign on the side of this anvil, like so. And once that's done, we're going to place down another row of 5 black wool across, followed by a stone brick upside down stair on both sides like this. We're gonna go ahead and go from this point here. We actually want to go ahead and place down a nether brick slab, which is going to come off of this black wool block here. Same thing over here on this side with a row of 3 of black wool in between. Coming off the side here of these nether brick slabs, we're going to go and place down a sign on both sides. After that's done, we're going to go and take our nether brick stairs, and we're going to go and place down a stair that's going to be coming off these nether brick slabs like so. So the same thing here on both sides like that. And we're going to place down a tripwire hook on the back here of those stairs. We also want to grab ourselves a black banner, and coming off the sign here, we're going to place down a black banner like this, and it's going to be on both sides like that, and it should kind of connect up to the end rod down there. Also for basically the trailer hitch here, or I should say just the hitch in general here, we're going to place down a stone brick slab, followed by another brick slab after it with a wither skeleton skull on both sides of the nether brick slab. If you're just having the back of this trailer, this car here, or that just being that left open here for attaching cars, you can just go and do a wither skeleton skull on the back here, but we're going to go and be connecting it to another locomotive, so we're just going to go and do this right here for that. We also want to go ahead and grab ourselves some tripwire hooks, and we already placed those down the stairs, so we're good there, and we're also going to place down end rods coming off these 2 black wool blocks, kind of connecting to those wither skeleton skulls on the back here. Once you guys have that done, that's going to kind of do it for this first locomotive here. We're going to take this same design, flip it over to the back design here, and we should have, if done correctly, we should have these 2 tongues of the trailers basically connect and have them attached together. So let's go ahead and do that real quick and see how it looks. Alright, and as you can see, we have our train cars basically connected to each other, perfectly reflected over. So this side over here looks exactly like this side, just mirrored over. And once we have that all complete, we are good to go for layer 2. And we can now go ahead and move on to layer 3. Alright guys, so real quick before we move on to layer 3, I want to make one quick addition to the tutorial. So I forgot to mention that we need to put down some wooden trapdoors that are going to be coming off these stone brick stairs. And this can be the same thing pretty much on both locomotives. So just the wooden trapdoor in between the end rods coming off the bottom there of that stone brick stairs, so something like that. Anyways, once we have that done, we can now move on to layer 3. So going ahead and starting off on the front here, we're going to place down a black wool block on top of the 2 pistons with a stone button coming off those black wool blocks toward the front. We're then going to place down a row of 3 of cobblestone walls across like this, each with a stone brick top slab coming off the 2 ones on the sides here, leaving the middle space open like that. After that's done, come off the corner here of this the side here of the black wool block, we're going to place down a cobblestone wall there on both sides, followed by a black wool block that goes back from the cobblestone wall, again on both sides like that. Once that's done there, we're going to go and place down a stone slab full block like this on the side here. We then want to go ahead and place down a wooden trapdoor coming off the stone slab full block, followed by a end rod on both sides of that wooden trapdoor like that, on top of the end rods from the previous layer. So same thing over here, stone slab full block, a end rod on top of these 2 end rods like that. Continuing on, we're going to take our black wool. We're going to place down a long row of black wool going toward the back. So we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17 black wool blocks going all the way back like that. We want to go ahead and go back up here to the front. So after this end rod, we're going to skip a block, place down 2 stone buttons, skip a space, 2 stone buttons, skip a space, 2 stone buttons, skip a space, 2 stone buttons all the way along the side here, skip an airspace, 2 stone buttons. So just like that along the side there for the side of the car. We're then going to do the same thing over here. take our black wool blocks, run them all the way back here, like that. And again, our stone buttons. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and not like that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and all the way to the back here. Looks like I kind of placed these. So let me go ahead and fix those real quick. And there we go. So just like that, and you have your stone buttons there that are on both sides. After that's done, all on the back here, pretty simple. We're just going to take our black wool, place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 across to connect up both sides here. And we just want to place down 2 stone buttons here, like that, leaving a space in the middle and a space on the sides there, like that. We're then going to take that same design we did for right here and flip it over to the back cart, and we'll be good to go for layer 3. Alright guys, so going ahead and continuing on for the front here, we're going to go and take our stone brick stairs. We're going to place down a row of 3 on top of those cobblestone walls, so just like this, followed by another brick stair on both sides of that row of 3 of stone brick stairs. We're then going to go ahead and grab ourselves an item frame, which we can go ahead and go into the creative menu. Just go ahead and grab an item frame. We're going to need a sign and also a glass block, like so. We can go ahead and place down a item frame on these 2 nether brick stairs here, followed by a sign to go ahead and cover it for the front kind of headlights here for the locomotive. Once that's done, on the sides here, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a stone brick or a skeleton skull. We're going to place down a skeleton skull at about a 45-degree angle here for the corner on top of the cobblestone wall. Going back from that skeleton skull, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a polished andesite block, and we're going to place down a polished andesite block on both sides. Little quick side note is that for this train, I went ahead and kind of randomized stone and polished andesite to kind of give a different kind of textured look to the train. You can obviously feel free to do that, or you can just do it one solid material all the way through. For this tutorial, I'm just going to do straight polished andesite all the way through just to keep it consistent, but you guys can obviously feel free to change it up a little bit if you guys want to. Anyways, after this polished andesite block here, we're going to go and place down a skeleton skull coming off the side of it, like this. We then want to place down a stone slab next to the polished andesite block on both sides. On the inside here, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some light gray stained glass. We're going to place down a light gray stained glass block right here next to the stone slabs on both sides. Once that's all complete, we're going to go and take our polished andesite, place down polished andesite block on both sides, or basically on the side here next to this stone slab, followed by a skeleton skull coming off the polished andesite block. After that's done, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 polished andesite blocks going back, followed by 1, 2, 3, and 4 snow blocks. And we're also going to go ahead and grab stone buttons and place 2 stone buttons on the side there, those last 2 snow blocks. We're then going to place down 1 and 2 polished andesite blocks, a stone brick stair, a polished andesite block, and a stone brick stair, like that. Once that's all done, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 polished andesite blocks back, followed by 1, 2, 3, and 4 snow blocks, stone buttons along the last 2 snow blocks, followed by 1 and 2 polished andesite blocks, stone brick stair, polished andesite block, and stone brick stair, just like that. After that's all done there, we're going to go ahead and go to the back of the train now. We're going to go ahead and place down a polished andesite block. Behind this stair, we're going to go ahead and also grab ourselves some stone slabs. We're going to place down 1 and 2 stone slabs over. We need to go ahead and grab ourselves a dispenser. We're going to place down a dispenser here for the corner, for like kind of the hinge here of the door. We're going to place down a sign over the completely forget the name, dispenser, and then a polished andesite block right next to it. And then we can take stone buttons and just place down a row of 2 stone buttons here. Real quick side note for this back car here, we're going to go ahead and kind of set it up as if we were kind of copying it over. We're going to place down 2 stone brick stairs, both sides, polished andesite blocks behind them. For this, we're going to go ahead and kind of reflect this over. So this dispenser is actually going to be over here on the left, or will be the right side here of the car. Left side if you're looking at it from this way. And then we're going to go and place down 2 stone slabs over and 2 stone buttons, and again a sign over the dispenser like that. And this is kind of reflecting it, so you can kind of see the difference here on both sides, how it's supposed to be. And then the rest of this, for this car, you're just going to go and copy over to this one, and you'll be good to go with this layer. And we can go ahead and move on to our next layer, layer 5. Alright guys, continuing on to our next layer, we have layer 5. For layer 5, we're going to go ahead and start off by placing down a polished andesite block. We're going to basically go back from these stairs, and we're going to go pretty much up like this, place down polished andesite blocks like this. In between those polished andesite blocks, we're going to take glass full blocks, place down a glass full block in between them, and then one out to the side on both sides like this. After that, we're going to place down a cobblestone wall also to the side there, come out those light gray stained glass blocks. After that's done, on top of these skeleton skulls here, we're going to place down end rods. So just like this on both sides, same thing over here, like so. For this section here, we're going to place down a light gray stained glass full block on top of this one right here, followed by a light gray stained glass pane that comes off of it. Same thing over here on this side, light gray stained glass full block and a light gray stained glass pane coming off of it. We then just want to place down a polished andesite block on both sides, going back from the pane and right next to this end rod. After we have that done, we're going to need to go ahead and grab ourselves some cyan stained clay. So for this, we're going to grab ourselves, obviously, cyan stained clay, place down a row of 2 here on both sides. We will also need to go ahead and grab ourselves ladders. And on the outsides here, we're going to go and place down a set of 2 ladders on those 2 cyan stained clay blocks. Continuing on, we're going to place down a row of 1 and 2 light gray stained glass panes with a row of 2 of light gray stained glass full blocks behind it. Same thing over here on this side, just like that. After that's done, we're going to place down a row of 1 and 2 cyan stained clay blocks, ladders on the side here. Same thing over here. We're then going to place down again the same thing, 2 light gray stained glass panes, 2 light gray stained glass full blocks behind those panes. Same thing over here, like that. We're going to place down another row of 2 of cyan stained clay, cyans again, or the ladders again on the sides, like that. We're going to do the glass window here again, so a row of 2 light gray stained glass panes, row of 2 of light gray stained glass full blocks behind the panes. Same thing over here, just like that. After that's done, we're going to place down a polished andesite block on both sides, followed by a stone brick stair on both sides. We're then going to place down a polished andesite block on both sides, a stone brick stair on top of the one from the previous layer, going up like this, both sides. We're then going to place down a polished andesite block behind these 2 stairs like this, going across. We're going to grab ourselves some stone slabs, place down a row of 3, stone slabs across, grab ourselves a stone button, and also a lever right here on this side, and a stone button like that. We also want to take into account the back here of this train, how it's reflected over this back door, how we need to position it. So we're going to place down, like we're doing like this whole layer here system here, we're going to go and place down a stone brick stair here on top of this one on both sides here, polished andesite block behind the 2 stairs. We're then going to go and take our stone slabs, place down a row of 3 across, a stone button over here on the left side on this stone slab block here, and then a lever over here on the right side. So again, kind of that alternating pattern there. So make sure you guys, take that into account and copy the rest of this train car up here to the back. And with that, we'll be done with layer 5, and we can move on to layer 6. Alright guys, move on to our next layer. We go ahead and move on to layer 6. So for layer 6, we're going to start off by placing down a light gray stained glass block on top of these light gray stained glass blocks from the previous layer. We're then going to go ahead and go in between light gray stained glass blocks and place down a polished andesite block on both sides. We're also going to go ahead and grab ourselves a cobblestone wall, place it down coming off the light gray stained glass full block, both sides like this. Going back from on the side here of the cobblestone walls, we're also going to go and place down a skeleton skull on both sides for the end rods to kind of connect up to. After that's done, we're going to place down a stone brick top slab, going back from these cobblestone walls on both sides. We're also going to place down a light gray stained glass block, going back from the stone brick top slab, or on the inside here, on both sides like that. Once we have that done, we're going to place down a polished andesite block after the stone brick top slab with a skeleton skull on the side of the block. Same thing over here. After that's done there, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a row of 2 of cyan stained clay, followed by a row of 2 of ladders. Same thing over here on this side. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and take our light gray stained glass, place down a row of 2 across on top of the previous row of 2, and then we're going to place down a row of 2 of stone brick top slabs across those glass blocks like that. And we're going to do the same thing over here, like this, and our 2 stone brick top slabs. We then want to place down a row of 2 of cyan stained clay, again both sides on top of the previous row. We're going to go ahead and place our windows in again, so a row of 2 light gray stained glass full blocks, 2 stone brick top slabs, same thing over here. Like that, going back, we're then going to place down a row of 2 cyan stained clay, cyans on the side here, same thing over here. Under our windows, so light gray stained glass, 2 stone brick top slabs, same thing over here on this side. Just like that. After that's all finished, we're going to place down a polished andesite block, both sides like this, a stone brick stair on top of the stone brick stair from the previous layer. We also want to go and place down another polished andesite block next to these 2 stone brick stairs, polished andesite block, stone brick stair on top of the stone brick stairs on the corners here, polished andesite block right behind the stone brick stairs on both sides, a row here, or we're going to place down a stone slab full block on both sides. On this one over here on the right side, we're going to place down a lever, flick it downward like this, and a stone button right here on this side like that. And in the middle here, we're going to place down a light gray stained glass full block, just like that for a back window. Also, one thing we're going to add on is we're going to add on a gray banner on come off the side here of this stair, and also on the bottom stair here from the previous layer. Something I forgot to add on, so just go ahead and add those on as well. And it's going to be on this car as well. So once we have this done here, we're going to go ahead and kind of copy this over here. So a stone brick stair on top of these two corner stairs, like so. Followed by a polished andesite block behind the two stairs. Again, taking our stone slabs. We're going to place down a stone slab full block on either side, leaving a space in the middle for a light gray stained glass block. A lever, flick downward on top of this lever here, and a stone button right next to it on that stone slab full block. Once that's all done, that's going to kind of do it for the back section here, and you'll copy the rest of this layer on for the second car, and with that we can go and move on to our next layer, layer 7. Alright guys, move on to our next layer. We have layer number 7. So for layer 7, we're going to go start off by going to the front here of our train, and we're going to basically build on it. So we're going to place down a polished andesite block on the light gray stained glass full block here in the front, followed by an item frame with a glass pane in the item frame. So just like that. On both sides of the polished andesite block, we're going to place down 1 and 2 cobblestone walls to the side, and 1 and 2 cobblestone walls to the side. We're going to go ahead and place down a skeleton skull at about a 45-degree angle here on top of that cobblestone wall on both sides like that. After we have that done behind the polished andesite block and cobblestone walls, we're going to place down a row of 5 of polished andesite across, followed by a stone brick stair on both sides just like that. Once you have that done, along the side here, we're going to take stone brick stairs, place down after this stair right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Stone brick stairs back, same thing over here. We're going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17 stone brick stairs back. After that's all done there, on the inside here of these stairs, we're going to place down a row of polished andesite, going all the way back here till we get to the back. Same thing right here, just like this, all the way to the back like so. We then want to go ahead and take our take a dispenser. We're going to place it over here on the left side with, again, a sign covering up the front of the dispenser, like that. Coming off the side of the dispenser, we're going to place down a stone top slab, like this. And then we want to go ahead and place down a stone full block right here with a stone button on it like that. We're also going to need to go ahead and grab ourselves a glass block and place it down right here behind this stone top slab. We're going to go do the same thing over here. So again, we're going to copy that's basically over what we did. So stone stair both sides, polished andesite block behind it. We're going to go and place down a dispenser over here on the left side, a sign on the side of it, a stone top slab, glass block behind the stone top slab, and then we are going to go ahead and place down a stone slab full block with a stone button coming off the side of it like that. And then it's up to you guys just to go and take the rest of the stuff we did for this layer, copy it over to that side for the train, and you'll be good to go for layer 7. Alright guys, so moved on to our last layer, we have layer 8. For layer 8, we're going to basically put the top of the train on and pretty much finish it off. So to go ahead and get started here, we're going to go and take stone brick slabs, and we're going to go and place down a row of 1, 2, and 3 across this, the middle 3 polished andesite blocks in this row 5, like so. After we have that done, we're going to go and place down a second row of 3 of polished andesite across, followed by a third row, a fourth, fifth, sixth, and just 6 rows of 3 here of stone brick slabs going across. We're then going to place down a row of 3 of stone slabs going across as well, followed by a row of 3 of polished andesite, a second row of 3, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So 6 rows of polished andesite going across. We're then going to place down a row of 3 of stone slabs across. After that, we're going to place down a sign stankway block here in the middle, followed by a cobblestone wall on both sides of the sign stankway block. We're then going to place down a sign stankway block going back from the cobblestone walls, followed by a iron bar in the middle space right there. We're then going to place down a sign stankway block coming off the iron bar right there, followed by a cobblestone wall on both sides. We're also going to take our stone brick slabs, place down a row of 3 across the back here like that. On the sides here of the cobblestone walls and sign stankway blocks to the sides, we're going to place down a row of 3 of stone brick slabs also to the sides. We also want to grab ourselves some stone buttons. We're going to place down stone buttons on the tops here of the sign stankway blocks. And the last thing for us to do is just to go ahead and grab ourselves some iron trap doors, and we're going to go ahead and run iron trap doors on the remaining tops of the polished andesite blocks all along here on the side. Same thing over here. All the way along the side here like this. And like that in the back. Then you're just going to take what we did for the roof here, copy it over to the other train car, and we'll pretty much be good to go. And once you guys have the second car copied over with its roof for layer 8, that's going to do it for this tutorial and the D311 diesel electric dual locomotive. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this tutorial and are able to put it to good use and attach it to the Gustav and everything like that, or any other railway guns out there that I may build in the future or that you guys design yourselves. Anyways, I hope you guys do enjoy the rail car and are able to use it to a good extent. If you guys do end up using this tutorial, do is that you guys give me proper credit for it. This being anything from a sound of the build, tweet to my channel, or this video. If this does appear on any social media sites, just be sure to get proper credit for the build. That's all I ask for doing these tutorials. It helps my channel grow, and it continues to keep me inspired to keep on posting this type of content. So as long as you guys give me credit for it, you're free to use it for whatever projects you guys are working on. Other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett204, and I'll see you guys next time.